With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Everybody's excited about Daredevil. We're like 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away.
It's crazy.
From Daredevil Born Again. I think it's going to be the first show in a long time that I actually do a weekly after show for it. I mean, we're just all excited.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do an after show for it. As long as I don't end up hating the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
In which case I'll bail. But I'm very excited for it. A lot of people are excited for it. And it took a long time for us to get this new season of Daredevil. We're not going to have to wait that long for Daredevil Born Again Season 2, because according to reports, production has started on Daredevil Born Again Season 2 as producer shares behind-the-scenes photo. Writes this: Hell's Kitchen hasn't even warmed up again on our screens, but production for Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again is underway. As revealed by an Instagram post from producer Sana Amanat, with the return of the Devil of Hell's Kitchen fast approaching, Amanat announced on social media, quote unquote, prepping for Season 2 while launching Season 1. Here we go. Hashtag Daredevil Born Again. And there you see the producer with a bunch of the crew and everything behind. Now, I do want to point one thing out. Being in production means cameras are rolling. And so I think Games Radar is using the wrong terminology here. It sounds like they're in full prep now for Season 2. It sounds like they're doing pre-production on it. I don't think cameras are rolling yet, from the best of my knowledge. But either way, they've got the ball rolling on Season 2. They're doing the behind-the-scenes work on Season 2 right now before Season 1 even comes out. Now, a couple things about that. Number one, it tells me that clearly they like the results of their reshoots. They must like the results of what they've got with Daredevil Born Again. If they are so confident in this thing, they're like, oh yeah, let's start writing the checks. Let's start hiring the staff. Let's start the pre-production. Let's get this ball rolling. And they're already developing it. But it's a major spoiler, Rob. It's a major spoiler. Because now we know Daredevil doesn't die.
Uh-oh.
So if we ever see Daredevil fight, we now know clearly he doesn't die, because we already know Season 2's coming.
Now, but let me ask you a question. So didn't they say they were going to do 18 episodes?
Initially, when they did their first run through of doing Daredevil Born Again, but then they scrapped almost all of it. And so now I simply don't know how many episodes
I was
we're going to get.
confused. I'm like, how many episodes of Born Again are we getting for Season 1? Like 8, 9?
Off the top, I'm going to I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess 10 episodes.
Yeah. I think, though...
9 or 10.
Well, that a lot of these shows...
Do you find it somewhere that says
the
9?
first season of Daredevil Born Again will have 9 episodes.
So half of what the...
I'm sure that they were in development, when they rejiggered everything. Because a lot of the time, they're greenlighting shows. They don't say they're greenlighting like 2 or 3 seasons, but they actually are. They just don't come out and say they're doing the next season until the first season is finished, kind of a thing. They do that a lot with animation. I know that when I was working on Dota Dragon's Blood for Netflix, they greenlit, it was a 3-season order.
Well, I remember just as Season 1 of that was dropping, you were working on Season 3.
Yes.
Like you were already working on Season 3 of that by the time Season 1 came out.
And also because animation takes so long. That if they want to get another season, like we were doing 8-episode seasons, and once we finished editing the episode, it took 6 months to get the finished animation back. And so, we were way ahead of the game. So, and with live action, amortizing the costs, it makes sense, especially when a streaming series knows, that 3-season sweet spot. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. And look, everything we've seen, we know that it didn't turn out to be a disaster. They rejiggered it. They made it work. And clearly from what we've seen, who isn't excited, dude? I have one question, and it starts with N. Ninjas?
Gotta have ninjas.
Gotta have ninjas.
I mean, at some point.
Hand. Are we getting Electro? Come on.
Look, so I have a couple of questions, though, that pop up for me. Number one, with the Bob Iger, when he returned and he said, listen, we're going to tighten up. We're going to reduce the amount of stuff we do. I have a feeling that for Daredevil, I don't think they greenlight Season 2 on it or a Season 3 until Bob Iger sees some results and thinks. So that makes me think that whatever Kevin Feige did when they went back to reshoot almost everything, it must have worked. It must have been 100%. Really good. But here's still my big primary question. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record bringing it up, but it's legitimate and it can be a problem. Are we going to get the Disney Plus 28-minute episode special? Are we going to get legitimate, true, full meted out episodes like Daredevil always gave us on Netflix? I'm not saying it has to be an hour plus every episode. I'm not saying that at all. But this whole pattern they have of like, take out the previously on and then take out the 5 minutes of credits, you end up with a 27-minute episode. Are they going to give us that, or are we going to get like 45-minute to an hour 9 episodes? Because I think that really impacts the viewing experience when it's so quick.
I like the way it says about an hour long.
Yeah, about 18 minutes.
So they could go
about
anywhere. They could go anywhere with that.
It's closer. 18 minutes is closer to an hour than it is to 5 hours. So it's about an hour.
35 minutes with 10 minutes of credits.
It's usually never over an hour when they say about an hour.
Yeah. And which again, I'm cool. I'm not saying it has to be an hour. I just get so frustrated when I look forward all week to premium TV, an episode that I've been counting down all week, and I sit down and I barely got my popcorn out of the microwave by the time the end credits roll.
It feels like watching an ad spot.
Yes, it feels like I'm watching an ad for the show instead of the show itself.
You get all ready, and then you're there, and you haven't even taken your second bite of whatever you're eating, and you get credits like soon after that.
It's like your girlfriend showing up and telling you she's not in the mood. It's just, it's blue balls television, ladies and gentlemen. Disney Plus.
It has to be good first. It has to be something good first.
But in general, Rob, I mean, with all the stuff that's gone on, we're less than 3 weeks away from the show coming out. Where's your anticipation level like right now for Daredevil?
To me, this is the real ground zero of the new Marvel. In terms of like, you know, Brave New World obviously went through a lot of production difficulties, a vestige of the short Chapek era. This is Kevin Feige coming in, realizing we can't do this. We have to start from scratch, retooling it all. So I'm excited to see what this is. And to me, it's the true, like Brave New World was dipping into the waters, but I think Born Again is really where the MCU is. I want to say the MCU is back, baby, you know, leading into Thunderbolts, because look, this really will lead into Thunderbolts because we've got however many episodes. It'll take us through March and April, getting us into May.
Into May when it comes
it'll hit us with Thunderbolts. So I think that if this is great, and then you follow it right up with another Marvel movie that's great, well, that leading us into Fantastic Four, that could be a good thing.
And
I'm so hyped for Thunderbolts.
And how do you know Daredevil doesn't die in this season?
Well,
they never said the title yet. It could be Daredevil Foggy's Revenge.
That's true.
It's still Daredevil. It's still called Daredevil.
Yeah, no, but he's the revenge of Daredevil's death from
season 1. See?
Could be. Well, or they get literal with the Born Again title. He's literally born again. I don't know. Maybe. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Birddogs. You know what I hate? Dress pants. They're stiff, they're uncomfortable, and they always feel like they're fighting against me. But then I found Birddogs, and let me tell you, it's been a total game changer. These pants fit like a dream, giving you all the comfort of gym wear while still looking sharp enough for work or a night out. I wear my Birddogs everywhere, lounging at home, running errands, or even a night out at the game. The fit? Spot on. You get to pick your exact waist and length, so no awkward bagginess or tight spots. And unlike other high-end brands like Lululemon or Vuori, Birddogs skip that shiny, weird-looking material, just straight-up premium comfort. And let's talk for a second about their classic quarter zip, probably my favorite thing they make. I threw it on the other day for a casual dinner and it looked sharp, but I was comfortable as if I was wearing pajamas. It's that good. For a limited time, our listeners get a free hat with every order when you use the code John Campea at birddogs.com. Get their best-selling hat completely free when you use the code John Campea at birddogs.com. Support our show and let them know we sent you. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, the team behind Daredevil Born Again is already now in pre-production of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 before the first seasons even come out. Do you think that shows a lot of confidence? Are you nervous about it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.